What is up, y'all? This is Alex from Alex PC Tech, and again, back at you with another video. And on today's video, I'm really not gonna say that this is a build video, but this is an update for my previously built water cooling loop that I did with the H500. Now, what I'm gonna be doing on this video is we're gonna be transferring all of the contents of that case to this case right here, which is the black one, the CORSAIR 760T. Now, you might wonder, why am I using an old case, which is the CORSAIR 760T, against a 2018 released case, which is the NZXT H500? Now, the answer is, I wanted to build on a large full tower case to house all of my water cooling equipments and as well as accommodate all of the upgrades that I'm gonna be doing on the water cooling loop that I did. As you can see here, this is actually the bare bones minimum that you will need in order to execute a proper water cooling on your PC and GPU in one loop. But here, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be adding some parts. As you can see here, they've just arrived. I've ordered them on November 11/11, as you can see, and they arrived on the first week of December actually. So we have some, I'll just give you an overview of some of the parts. We have a rotary T-way. Okay, these are some of the parts that I didn't know that I will need, or it will make life easier to me in water cooling my CPU or my PC. This is actually a 90-degree fitting that I have here. So I bought a bunch of 90 degrees so to make life easier, to lessen the bends. This one that I have here is actually a sensor stopper. So this is actually a temperature sensor that plugs in the motherboard, but I'll check if it does plug to the motherboard. I have to see. This will tell your motherboard or your system what temperature your loop is in, because previously what I can see is that I can check my CPU and my GPU temps, but I wasn't able to properly check if my loop was heating up. So this is actually very valuable to all the water cooling loops out there. If you don't have this one, then I advise you to get one. And then we bought some stopper, okay, some stop plugs. Aside from that one, what we have here is the multi-mode water temperature meter. Okay, so aside from the temperature sensor that we bought here, that we had here from Barrow, we also bought a multi-mode water temperature sensor. Now, what this does is, it's also a temperature sensor, but it has an external OLED, okay? Next is, we have here a push type check valve, as you can see. Push type check valve, I'll be using this as a drain port for my loop. As you can see here, I did not buy, or I did not plan for a drain port. That's my problem here. How am I gonna drain this? But there are ways, like BDO, joke, I'm not plugging for BDO, but this is one way of building a drain port by using this flat push type, okay? Aside from that, we have some boxes here. Let's open them up. So we have here a, I'm not really sure. Okay. I also ordered a flow meter for us to know if the water is flowing from the loop. And another one is, okay, so for this one, this is actually the controller. So I haven't bought a controller from my previous one, so this one has a remote, some cables to plug in, and this is actually the, I've opened this one actually already. This is the Barrow controller, okay? So that's how it looks like. So this is where we will plug all the 12 volts and 5 volts LEDs and devices that we have here, so that they will have power. So this board here will be our main controller for all of those. So this is actually very important because not everything will plug into your motherboard, especially the LEDs of the CPU and the GPU. I'm not sure if other brands allow that, but as for Barrow, as for mine, you really need this controller in order to put the, or control the LCDs. Okay, next is what we have here. Oh, this is just a mounting bracket for the pump. So I have the option now to mount the pump to the case or to the radiators by using this mounting bracket. I'm not really familiar with Byski products, to be honest. This is the first time that I'll be using their PCIe riser. Okay, so this is how it looks. Okay, so this is the riser card. Okay, so this is for the CPU, and then this will be for the bracket. So this goes with the bracket. It comes with this riser card, and then it comes with some screws right here. Okay, this was actually on sale when I bought them. It's not as expensive as the ones that they are offering for the PCIe 4.0s, but this one will do me because my board is PCIe 3.0 only. Next is this one. So this will be the bracket. Let's try to open it. This will be the bracket. It's a hefty one. Then it has the Byski branding here. Okay, I'm laughing because I have Barrow and Byski. So are they gonna fight inside the case? I guess not. This is actually very nice quality. It's well built, as you can see. What's inside the box are still... Wow! So, look at the foam. Good packaging, nice packaging actually. At least this won't get dented in any way, or yeah, it's very nice. The bracket is very nice. Looks solid. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have to have 7 PCIe slots in order to mount this on your case. As for my 760T, I have, I guess, 10 PCIe slots. So this is more than enough. Some screws and the manual. Okay, without further ado, let's get to work. So that is it for this video. I hope you liked our content for this week. Just a summary of some of the things that we encountered while building on this case. One is that when we mounted the vertical GPU mount, the bracket, there were some metal railings that were interfering with the input of the DisplayPort. Remember earlier I said that I will not be modifying anything with the case as I want to build on it, experience building with a larger case. But sad to say, I need to remove some of the railings in order to plug my DisplayPort. Another thing is that I was trying to drill through the bracket for the pump that I bought from Barrow. So I was trying to drill through it, but sad to say, I was astounded that my drill bits weren't even drilling through the steel or that metal that is with the bracket, that is in the bracket. So I think it's aluminum or something else, because when I started drilling, it wasn't going through. Although I used the correct drill bit, it was for metal, it didn't budge. I'm not sure why, but I have to ask someone about that. I want to drill the holes because I wanted it to level with the radiator's input and output. Okay, the pump's inlet should be leveled with the radiator's input or output. So I was trying to do that, but sad to say, it didn't happen as the bracket was so tough with the drill. Another thing is that, sad to say, the temperature sensor that I bought, the one that you put on the T connector, there was no connection to my motherboard. It was a 2-pin temperature input 2-pin connection that should be plugged into the motherboard, but sad to say, my B450 doesn't support that connector. So I have to research more on that. And another thing is that we did not put the flow meter, as I don't like how it's looking through with the setup. So I guess I'll be using that flow meter in another build. But for this one, we've included the Barrow temperature sensor, the one that has an OLED digital display, and it looks very nice in my opinion. It completes the build and it will help me determine what is the temperature of my water cooling. No, aside from that, any challenges that I've encountered, the cable routing is very good with this case because it's very big. There are lots of holes, there are lots of mounts to tie your cable ties into, and aside from that, I guess that is it. Even though this case doesn't have the PSU shroud, I think that is actually beneficial for me, as I will be putting lots of hard drives or hard drive discs on the bottom. It's good that this one has those hard drive mounts that I've just removed for now for this case, but I've put one hard drive mount or one hard drive on the 5-inch base. So I know that it's not supposed to be put there, but I've put one anyway because I don't want to mount all the hard drive mounts for now, okay, because I only have one hard drive, so it won't look good. But for now, I guess this build turned out well. I've already installed the drain port and it was very good to fill it. It's very easy. Another thing that I've encountered is that the CPU block didn't light up. Okay, although I bought the LRC 2.0 controller from Barrow, the CPU block that I have has RGB or addressable RGBs on it, 5 volts. Okay, so I tried to plug that in on the 5-volt controller, but it's not lighting up, it's not working. It's fine in my opinion, but it would have been better if I see it working, because I want to see it how it goes, how the light is in. I've already reached out with Barrow and they are yet to reply to my query, so that's that. Okay, but all in all, I think it looks good. And that would be it for this video. Please do like and subscribe to our YouTube channel because it would be a big help for us to pump out contents like this. And of course, see you on the next video.